Hello, hello, hello. It is Saturday, February 24th. Um, we are here for week 8 of Scrapbustng with Melina and Gail. That would be Melina Pilot and Gail Augustinelli, both on YouTube. I will hashtag Melina's Scrapbuster Challenge as well as, I guess, I hashtag Scrappy Saturday as Gail calls her thing, but she doesn't have a hashtag yet. She needs to have a hashtag. I hashtag it, but we'll see. So just kind of doing a quick little thing. This is Gail over the last 8 weeks. Lots of collaging. Lots of collaging. This week, a little bit of a collage. And then Melina, lots of pockets, tucks, pockets, and pockets. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Couldn't get to the mute button fast enough. Muted out the rest of the sneeze, though. Yay! That came out of nowhere. I'm now wondering if it's my incense that set that off. But anyway, yay. Today is not another pocket or tuck from Melina's challenge. So yay, something different. In fact, she's like, I've never done this before. It was brand new for her in doing 2 years of doing M's Scrapbusters. She had never done this before. So I'm like, pretty cool. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. So what she did starts with tape. She used masking tape, which I do have a roll of masking tape. I just got a big auction lot that I won. And there was an entire box of rolls of tape. So I've got like 2 or 3 rolls of tape with the stuff that's got the string in it. I've got a big roll of masking tape, but it's a big wide masking tape. This one, there's one that almost looks like paper. Several rolls of just regular like cellotape with a tape dispenser. So I'm like, oh, but I figured I would start with the roll that has the least amount of tape on it, so that way I can dispose of this. But I thought, brilliant. I mean, if you've watched my videos, you've seen me do like collaged belly bands. And it's like glue stick, glue stick, glue stick, glue stick, right? It never occurred to me either to just use tape because it's, duh, it's already sticky. Never thought of that. So again, you gotta think about, see, this tape is just about gone. Sorry, I just realized I was doing that right into the microphone. So you're gonna want it to be, you don't want it to be any taller than what your book would be. I also discovered that this brown tape does not like to cut on those cutters. I tried and tried and tried when I did my first sample of this, and oh my goodness, it was a nightmare. Okay, so Melina fought with this, like trying to get it to lay flat, and I was like screaming in the street, just roll the end under, but obviously she can't hear me. But that's just to hold it still. And I'm going to do mine. I'm going to roll this under so that it's 8 inches tall. And then we're going to remember, because your standard half page is 8.5 by 11. So when you fold it in half, you've got an 8.5 tall, 5.5 wide. So if I do this at 8, then anything, when I pull this up and I roll these out, if there's a little bit of overhang, it's okay. Otherwise, I'll have a 1/4 inch at the top and the bottom when I put this into a book. This was the sample one that I made. But this is fun. And it's a great way to use up your scraps. I have a lot of purple going on over in my scrap. And I tend to not use it because it's like it doesn't ever seem to fit in and match what I'm working on. Oh, I'm going to have to blow my nose now. So I'm just going to go through, pull my purple out. I'll pull those pink pieces out too. Why not? Do some pinks and some purples together. Pardon me a sec again. That's a bummer. It has got to be the inset. My nose is going crazy right now. There it is. I'm just trying to find my stack of glue pages, because I do have these pages that have images on them that I would not normally use in a glue book. So hey, why not tear them down and use a collage, right? So let's roll with M's Scrapbusters. Very simple. Literally, you're going to start out like this, putting stuff on the tape, sticking it down. Don't worry about the overhang. We will be dealing with that shortly. Now if it's going to be in the center, I am trying to tear that as much as I can. Let's get some words in here. There will be spots like this where, the paper overlaps, so they're not glued down completely. Simple solution. Boop. Just a little bit of glue. And you might not even need to do that, because the next step in this kind of fixes that issue anyway. But showing you that you can solve that if it bothers you. It is currently 2 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. It has been an interesting day for me already. I woke up this morning. Well, let me rephrase that. I woke up this morning by my dog, one of my dogs. And there's nothing like being woke up in the middle of the night to a retching sound. And needless to say, once she was put outside to do, whatever she was gonna do, I couldn't get back to sleep. So I got up and I went and I sat up in the couch. I sat in the couch. Sat on the couch and started watching some of my crafting videos because I didn't watch Gail's Scrappy Saturday last night. I had actually gone to bed early enough that I was asleep before it posted. So pulled up Gail's video to see what her Scrappy Saturday was, and I was like, oh, okay. And finally, after a couple hours of being awake, I'm like, ugh. So I got up, made myself a cup of coffee. Never even got to drink the coffee. I made it and fell asleep. So, yeah. They have a little bit of tape right there to cover up. Like, what do I have? Let's have some music notes that are not distinctly pink. How about that? Because the pink is coming from dyed music paper. See, but that's too much white on white. I think I need some purple there. On this paper that I haven't tore up yet. I'm hesitant to do it. How about we compromise? Start with half. And there's only a tiny little glue spot there, so I'm going to go ahead and maybe, come on, there we go. Add some glue onto this paper. Just to overlap it. So it's going to overlap anyway. Why not? I will definitely be doing some of these for my steampunk journal. Okay, we're just going to set that down in there because why not? It's right in front of my face. It's already tore on all sides. Give it a little glue squish. So I got a little garbage pile growing over here. The problem I have is that I tear from the right, and so my garbage always ends up on this side, which is why my garbage can is down here under the table. But I have, I have my little garbage basket. I have my garbage basket, but it's too big to fit anywhere to the right of me where I'm constantly tearing and throwing things away. My setup is still not perfect. Still not, obviously. Well, it's never going to be perfect. Nothing is perfect. But, you know what I mean? Okay, so put that one there. We start. So this is just a piece of paper. It's left over from a digital kit that I printed out. My stuff's getting hung up everywhere. That should be my clue to clean off my computer, my craft desk, right? Why am I doing it this way? Brain. Okay, so I'm gonna. Actually, I don't need to. I was gonna say I'm gonna stiffen this up with another sheet of paper, but I don't really need to. So I'm gonna tear out this person here to put on here. See, this is what I was like, what am I doing with the trimmer? I don't need the trimmer. Garbage. Okay. Too wide. I'm going to narrow it down. Take a little piece off up top just because it's got the line running through it. I'm going to grab my black dauber, my black ink. I'm going to grunge up these sides. I'm not going to worry about doing the bottom because I don't know where I'm cutting that off yet because I haven't measured. Leave that out for right now. And then this is going to glue right down the center of your belly band. I know I'm at the 2 up here. Whoop. Look at it right at the 10. Oh, duh, because this is 8.5. Mm-hmm. Brain power, man. Now, I will pull it up off my mat. And then you can either cut this, the edges you could leave it messy. Or you can do it straight. So I will do this one messy since I did this one straight, so you can kind of see, I don't know, gauge the difference a little bit. So you're just going to kind of cut, and you see with doing it this way, I'm leaving paper past the edges of the tape, whereas on this one I did not. Sorry for the shine. It is shiny paper or shiny tape. Not anything I can do about that. Let's see if I can do that, because nope, it's not gonna let me. Sorry, my OCD says no, those got to be straight. I don't have full on OCD, but I have tendencies. There are parts of the OCD syndrome, whatever it's called, that are definitely intrinsic to my nature. It is not present in every aspect of my life, obviously. Which you would know if you could actually see my desk. But it presents itself in various other ways, like that. Nope. I would have stared at it and stared at it and stared at it and not been able to do anything moving forward until I fix that. So nope. Throw this garbage away. I'm going to reach in to my die cuts. I'm looking for a specific envelope. I should, I'd say all the time that I should label these, because if I labeled them, I wouldn't have to pull every one of them out to look for the one that I'm got in mind. I do this every time. And then I never label them. That's the one I'm looking for. But hey, guess what? Let's just do this. We're going to start. I got to start somewhere. So why not start while I'm on camera with you guys, right? These are film strips. Film strips. These are clocks. And they're backwards. That's the one that goes counterclockwise. I don't know what to call this. grid. Net. Yeah. If I can get it back in there, Jiminy Christmas. Seriously. Should not have been that dizzy. And they're still trying to pop back out. I'm going to say net background. It's not really netting, but I don't know what else to call it. This is honeycomb. I'm going to call this bubbles. Music notes. Treble clef music. Okay. Put these away. Look, I got some of them labeled. I guess if I start doing that each time I pull some of these out for a project, eventually I'll have them all labeled, right? So these are doilies. Oops, I got a piece of flour mixed in there somehow. Right now I'm just trying to find the color. Do I want to go with purple on purple? No. So I'm going to take out the purple ones. So just so I stop, because if I don't pull the purple ones out, I'll keep grabbing them and looking at them. So. Green. I don't hate the green. I don't like this green on there. Pink. So weird to think that actually leaning toward the green. I'll pull up color wheel. I need to just print this out. That explains why. So on the color wheel, purple, green and yellow is the contrasting color. So I was just double checking something on the color wheel. So color wheel, when you pick a color, what's directly across from it is the most complementary. It's the colors that are recommended, that are going to bring the best attributes of each color out. And then as you span out, there's other types. Like, yeah. If you can go tonal, obviously I could do all the pinks in an array, and that those would all fall on the same. Well, let me pull that color wheel back up. Instead of just talking about it, it's easier to explain. Find a good image. Come on, I just need an image. All right, let's go with this one on Pinterest. Whoop. So, working with purple hues, if I go directly across or a little left or right, so directly across would be yellow. So here's purple. Directly across would be yellow, saying that yellow is the most complementary color to go with purple. From there, it spans out to either orange or green. So as you get closer down here to the purple, you're getting more into the matching the tonals. But there's also a what do they call it? Tridactic, I think is what it is. So in purple, you would go here and here to make the three colors. So orange, blue, and purple. I don't have any blue ones here. I got some light blue, orange, blue, and purple as a tridactic. I think that's the word, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. Look it up. But yeah, I suck at color theory. That's why I need to print myself a color wheel. I should do that while I have color ink. Because I'm always having to look it up every time I'm doing anything with color. I have to look it up because I'm like, oh, I don't have a good eye for for what I like. It looks, and then you always have your staple black is always an option. Thinking. It's got this person in the middle, so I don't want to cover, and I feel like if I'm going to use these, I want this to be a little shorter. Because then that's just almost to the top, from her top of her head, doily, and then the top here, and then bottom of her feet, bottom of the doily. Okay. So I'm a little better okay with that. Put these away. I don't know what I'm going to put on them. Put the doilies away. My labeled envelope. Back into my garbage paper bin. Find some longer, whiter something or others. You know what? I think I have some more of that music sheet. That almost would make more sense since I have music here already. I'm like, I know I had a big piece of it. Did I use it last night though? I don't think I did. I am not seeing it though. Maybe I did use it all. But guess what? This isn't my 100 days. So if I want to get up, I can. I'm not holding, I don't have to hold myself to that one. Just did a quick read to make sure there was nothing in there that Oop, another doily, another fire. Look, the labeled folder made it so easy for me to put that missing doily back where it belonged. Now, what am I going to put in the center of those? I mean, I've got all these purple pieces that have these images on them. That go, I mean, they go with that same digital set. So these are not the right scissors for this, but they were out and I already grabbed them. When you're doing fussy cutting like this, you usually want a smaller pair of scissors so you have more control. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab them since my hands are free. Look at the difference in the blade, right? So you're going to have a lot. Here's the hinge point to hinge point. You're going to have a lot more control cutting in spaces with these little scissors. just feel like this is too much. I like that up there. I'm not happy with this down here just yet. Ooh, ooh. I'm like, ooh, boo, boo, boo. I was like, went to tap and hit my lip instead. Forgot I have this floating around. I like that. Okay. Take the black doily. Put her there. Book page. I'm going to do some inky doodles real quick. Just to give it this piece some standout, since it is going to be the focal point of that little whatever that is up there. And this one down here. We're going to put this going in the opposite direction that this one was. I'm not going to worry about inking this one. I did pretty good about getting like right on that black line. And again, other than this piece of lace, I could have done all that with a glue stick. I just didn't. My glue stick isn't open yet. So but I will need it out for my next for Gail's project. So okay. Oh, I need that open because this is tape. I personally would not trust it with a glue stick. I'm gluing this into the book. I'm even like hesitant to trust it even with Fabrifix because this is a really smooth surface. This is a good test because if I put it in here and it falls out, then I know that if I'm next time when I'm doing this technique with at least with this kind of tape, that'll probably need to sew it in. The good thing about masking tape is that it is more like paper, so it's porous. So it probably would stick better with definitely would be more secure. Whoop. Get it just in place and then mess it up. big. Try to find something as an example page. This is too big as well, but so then you have a belly band. Do this. We'll get this off my desk. So you have a belly band. Which, for this project, I'm not going to decorate. So there is week 8 for Melina's. Get my little 8 on there. And today's date. Ooh, found a hole in the space. This is Gail's. This is not Melina's. Birch. Why is it on the left on this side, but on the right on this side? Oh, that's because this is from last week. I will clip that back in just a second. Or my regular watchers screaming at me, "You're in the wrong section." I think there's still enough glue on there to hold that. I definitely need to make sure that I don't glue my pages together over here. This again. It's okay. And I'm going to do this. Since I have this little piece of paper hanging out on my desk, why not? Was the one that I cut out and didn't use. So why not use it in here? That is number 8 for Melina. Got it in the right spot this time. Where did my pen go? 2/24/24. And then this is from last week's. So I'm going to clip it back on. I've got it slided under there. Oh, there, look. I don't need that. Of course, if I take this out, now I have to use it. So this is, whoops, I got more than one page in there. This is last week's. Clipping it back onto the page. Tucking it under the belly band here. So there we go. There is Melina's. Now, Gail, she used decorative bags, like printed bags. Pardon me for a second. Just try not to breathe directly into the mic since I had to reach over. So it's bags like these, similar to these. These are from, a surplus store, but these are the bags that go into the hygiene boxes in women's bathrooms. But to do this project, they're too wide. These are 7.5 inches wide. And in order for them to fit in a book, again, they've got to be less than 5.5. And in the books that I make, let me rephrase that. So with these, and it just dawned on me that I could probably run these through my printer and print images on them. That like thought literally just popped into my head. But because I'm on medications and my husband is on medications, we have a ton of prescription bags. This one's crazy. It like aged itself. See all the yellowing, which is weird because normally I have to coffee dye these to get them to be nice and yellow and agey. So what she did was she folds up the bottom and makes a pocket here, but also cuts out this flap, this tiny little sliver of the edge, so then this becomes a pocket as well. So we're going to start with that. And this is actually a really good way to, because I've done this in journals a lot, but then I get stuck trying to figure out how to cover up the Walgreens logo. But so this is perfect because then the pocket is right over top of it. So you're going to decorate the front of this piece back here. And yes, my envelope is backwards. In fact, it's torn. So I have the peeking shears still on my desk. Yay! It's been a crazy couple of days, and I have not been really good about putting my stuff away when I'm done using it this week. So I'm owning it. So we're just going to do that. Because it's torn, that's not going to make for a very secure anything. And what I could do is go like this. Like this. So using my straight scissors to cut a little flap here. So the peeking shears can get in there. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time seeing on camera these days either. It's like back when, it's like, oh, is this your first video? So then you have your two levels again. Kind of grabbing those tips and just giving them a little something, something. Okay. And then I'm also going to, once I have this covered, I will also do a pull here. So again, idea journal. I'm not going to use my fancy stuff. So I do have these images still on my desk. So I'm going to start with that. Sorry, there was like this major racket outside going down my road. And I'm like, what is that? I think somebody just went down the road with like a grader or something. Yeah, smoothing out the roadway. Which wouldn't surprise me. One of my neighbors down the road, they are a dual. They do lawn care and they do construction. I've never seen that before, but it's so kind of cool combination. But when they moved in to the neighborhood, it's last. Why does this look really, really crooked? Last year before, one of the first things they did was brought in gravel for our road, which was really nice. And they mowed down all of the gunky, all the overgrown bushness that was going on at our mailbox. It was getting, we were having a hard time getting to our mailboxes because it was so overgrown. And we were starting to get letters from the post office that they were going to stop delivering our mail if we didn't take care of it. So yeah, it was really nice when somebody moved into the neighborhood that actually had the equipment to do it, because it wasn't just grass. It was like, mini trees and stuff. And I'm like, deep rooted stuff. And I'm like, hey, postal carrier, have you paid attention to the people that live on this street? Because none of us were really physically capable of removing all of that. I almost wanted to say, hey, postal people, who chose to put the mailboxes where there were trees growing? Seriously, it wasn't the people that lived here back then that decided where to put the mailboxes. It was the post office. So now you're going to complain about its inconvenience. But woo, oh. But anywho, like I said, when the construction neighbors moved in, they really they did a lot for our little street here and getting, new gravel down so that there's less potholes, and took care of the situation at the mailbox. And last winter, they tag teamed with my neighbor right across the street in keeping it plowed as much as possible. They both work. It's but they're the only two that have the equipment to do it. So it had to be on their schedule, which makes absolute perfect sense. I should do this in the grungy colors, because then I can use it. The grunge, because then I can use it in my journal. Oh, this is my idea mod. That's okay. That's okay. So we're gonna go. I was thinking I should do it with the grungy stuff so that I can use it in my steampunk journal. But I can still use some grungy stuff in here. Some grunge paper. because again, just gotta get it off my desk. Go 1.5 inches down. I'm like, that should get me past where it tore. Oh, in fact, that was even more than enough. I can take another strip off of here. I'm telling you, this rock salt is still everywhere on these. Another piece. Rock salt. Rock salt. I'm going to take this up to 1 inch. I'm going to throw that piece away. Giving myself some permissions here. I'm going to glue this down. Let's see, what side do I like better? Oh, this has part of the envelope. Oh, nope. I'm not sure what that is. I like this side better. See you. Oh, this is going to eat my glue stick. It's okay. The glue sticks do not like textured paper in the slightest. So this I'm going to go all the way up because I am going to be doing that hole punch in there. So I don't want to have a little white, piece of the bag showing here, and then there's the, put this on top. Okay. Let that dry for a second. Otherwise, my circle punch is going to throw a tantrum. Even get in there without causing a. That is not the right punch. That is a round corner rounder, not a circle punch. I make sure I'm getting both layers of that. I tend to use the tip of my finger, just kind of as a measurement. Oh, see, it even still had a hard time. Okay. Now we're going to glue here and here. It's funny, I have no idea whose phone number that is. So pockets have the fold, right? So does this pocket. If you don't accidentally glue it down on the side like I did on this side. My glue overflowed, that's all. This pocket will expand. So you see, think about how much stuff you can put in there, right? And then you still have this pocket here, and then you have this pocket here. And this one, again, expands like crazy. So this is Gail's Scrappy Saturday this week, but if you go to Roxy Creations, she does these often, and she does like big ones, but she does them almost as like separate journals, not quite journals, but she does like huge bags, and does the same technique, and then she just stuffs them full, puts a ribbon around it, and that she sells those in her Etsy shop just as a whole like bundle of ephemera. So just shout out to a third channel. Melina Pilent is M Scrapbusters. Gail Agustinelli is Scrappy Saturday, and then Roxy Creation. And I'm doing Roxy's challenges as well. That's who, if you're watching my other videos, Roxy Creations, Roxy's weekly challenge, that is where that's coming from. So as always, you have choices. You could do this as a clip-in. Boop, so it comes out. You could glue this down completely, and then you have just 1, 2, 3 pockets. You can glue it in the U shape, and then you have a pocket behind it as well. You can see with the prescription bag how little space there is, though. So when you're doing something like this, that you really want to keep that in mind. Is, measure first, make sure it's going to fit. And I'm just going to glue this in as a pocket, because who knows? There may be something, another challenge that comes down the road, and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to put that in there. Or I make 2 of something, because it makes sense to make 2 and not 1, and then I'll have an extra. I can put it in one of these pockets. Come on, glue. You can stick. You can do it. You can do it. Loved that part of the movie. That was so funny. You can do it. Okay, so again, if you glue it in that U shape, then you have a pocket here. All right. You have a pocket, a big expanding pocket here. It's getting hung up on the little points. Big expanding pocket here. You've got a non-expanding pocket here. And then a big expanding pocket here. So you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. 4 pockets. Like I said, or you can do it as a freestander. And I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to leave that in there because I don't want to have to try to use it in another project. So we're just going to leave that in there. We're going to pretend, right? So yeah, it's a good use. It's a good way to get pockets. And again, if you're doing it freestanding, you can choose whether to decorate the back or not. And then, obviously filling it in, however fashion you would like. So getting my pictures for the week so that I can change my thumbnail or put a custom picture on my thumbnail. So that is it for this week. We have a bag. This is made out of a prescription bag, decorated, four pockets, 2 that are super expanding, from Gail Agustinelli, and then a belly band that's created using tape as your base. Brilliant, Melina. Love it. So there it is. Week 8 is done, is complete. This is my last collage project for this week. So, woohoo! We'll see what next week brings. Let's see what remind myself what my prompts were for Carrie. Wet, ticket, fashion, winter, and floral. Okay. Yay, it's not about my dad. So hopefully that situation has remedied itself now, and my dad will stop screaming at me to listen to whatever message he was sending, and I can go back to just mindless crafting. Because so with that, have a good day. This is week 8, completion of week 8 for all of my collage challenges. I still have my 100-day project I got to do for today. Take that back. But this is it for my scrapbusting. So we will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a good day. Bye.